guys, so you already saw the thumbnail. You know, I'm going to be talking a little bit about the PB770T Backpack blower. So, first of all, look how beautiful that sky is. It's probably about 75 degrees, light breeze. It's really, really nice. So, Josh brought over the brand new PB770T that his dad bought. And I don't know, it may have had 1 or 2 tanks of gas run through it already. I am very impressed with that blower. I'd never used one before. Since probably 2019, I've been using either the PB8010T or the PB9010T. And I love those blowers. But they come at a little bit of a, I'm going to say a compromise. They're very heavy. Now, I'm used to the weight, and I can see how if somebody were a smaller guy or gal, that would not work out for them, or it would be a little bit of a pain. But what I am is addicted to the power of those blowers. So I definitely wanted to try a different blower out. And I'm going to say that as soon as I put that blower on and cranked it up, I was like, it's probably not going to be too bad. The blower is super light and compact compared to the 9010T. And everything I'm going to tell you is going to either compare it to the 9010 or the 8010, which is almost the exact same blower. The 9010 is just a little stronger. But the 770 is very light. It's easy to start. It starts 1 or 2 pulls when it was cold, and then it popped right off, and it ran really, really smooth. I told Josh it kind of sounded like a steel when it's idling a little bit, but it's a pure 2-stroke. No valves. We don't do valves on two-stroke stuff or lawn equipment. Anyway. So it's super light, and I was looking at the tube, and I was like, wow, that thing is tiny compared to the other, 9010. And he gave me some specs. I don't remember. The CFMs maybe were 700 something, and the miles per hour were like 225. So it had higher miles per hour, which is to be expected with the smaller tube. The volume of air was quite a bit less, but I'm going to tell you right now that if I had to use that 770 on daily lawn maintenance, I would be okay with it. It's fine. We did 8 yards today. I used it on 7 of them. On the yard right before the last one, well, 2 yards before the last one, it's a really big yard, and I grabbed the 9010T because I'm like, I don't have time to mess around. I put that thing on, and I thought I put a silverback gorilla on my back. That thing was heavy and bulky compared to the 770. So, but as soon as I got that power going, I was like, yeah, this is the right blower. Because the thing that I noticed as far as the power, the 770, I blew a lot of leaves. And I'm going to put some clips in here I shot with my iPhone when I was working it. The leaves are completely dry. It hasn't rained at all since these leaves have fallen, so they're dry. They're light. It's not, in about a month, we're going to have super heavy leaf fall on the ground, and it will do everything the 9010 will do. It just doesn't do it as fast or as quick so far. Now, I don't know what it would be like to do a leaf cleanup with heavy, wet leaves. It would probably struggle. I do know that when the piles were getting a little big, you could tell that the CFM, it wasn't the same, but it's not supposed to be. But for maintenance, for just if you want to have a really light, just run around backpack blower for just your normal maintain yards, or doing maybe a light leaf cleanup, blowing beds out, some light stuff, you can't go wrong with that one, right? It's a good blower. I'm very impressed with it. It blows out the sniper leaves that I like to call them. Those, I think they're water oaks or pin oaks, something like that. They have the little little tiny leaves that get stuck in the crack between the grass and the driveway, or the grass and the curb, or the grass and the sidewalk. That blows it out really, really quick. And it's easy. The thing starts so easy. And the other thing that I really liked about it is the tube, right? So the tube on the Echo is enormous. It's very stiff. The accordion part where it bends is very stiff. It has to be, because it's a big, it's a big heavy tube, and it's super long. And the tube on the 770, you can fold it straight up, just like on a steel. It's very flexible because the tube's smaller. So it's almost like I felt like I wasn't even doing anything as far as moving the tube around. But yes, I definitely would say if you're gonna do smaller yards, if you're not gonna do some super heavy leaf cleanups, just doing some mild stuff, that's a good alternative. Another good alternative, which I haven't tried, that's got even more power, is the 7910T. That is a step above that one. I believe that would really be in the X series, I think. But it's a lot lighter. It's like a miniature version of the 9010. It's got a different fan, it's lighter, it's more compact. But that 770, it's good. If you're doing little yards, if you're doing these small, I'll call them postage stamp yards, and you're not, like I said, you're not going to do heavy leaf cleanups, or you're not going to be trying to blow apart clumps of wet grass, and I'm sure the 770 will do it. You just have to get up closer to it. So I can stand a lot of times on the edge of the end of the driveway with the 9010 and blow almost all the way to the end of most of the driveways. And I can't do that, obviously, with the 770. You have to walk up the driveway. So you're going to walk a little bit more with it, but it's I'm going to say it feels like it's half as powerful, but it also feels like it's half the weight too. So I don't think you can go wrong. And I believe those blowers, they've been out for so long, they're really kind of tried and true, kind of like the 9010s are. But the other thing, when I'm running that blower wide open, my ear protection that I use, the blower is super quiet. I don't know what the decibel rating is. So I'm going to do an analogy that having the 9010, which is an 80 cc, or maybe it's 79 point something, but it is like having a high performance motocross bike on your back. And your ears, if you use that for an hour at a time, your ears will be ringing, even if you have good hearing protection. And the 770, it's so much quieter. So if that bothers you, that's another consideration. But I will tell you guys that, here's the bottom line. Am I going to buy one? No, I'm not going to buy one. If they were half the price of the 9010s, yeah, I would probably buy one. But I think he said they're like $50 or somewhere like that, a little cheaper. It's not enough of a price point to make me want to buy one, even though it's light. And to be honest, I am so used to the 9010s. I told him I would take a blower that's got 1500 CFM, which is about 400 more than it has now. I would take that, and even if it was heavier, because it saves, especially with leaves, man, it saves so much time. And like I said, I'm used to it, but I will have to say that I definitely would recommend the 770T if you're looking for a lighter blower. Go to your... So I don't know why the camera just cut off while I'm sitting there talking. But what I was saying is, go to your Echo dealer and try a couple blowers on and see which one you like better. If you don't have to have the power, you will save some money. But anyway, I'll, like I said, I'll put some clips in and out here. And I liked it. It's very good. It's a good piece of equipment. So if you guys, I would be interested to know, is there anybody out there that runs a 770? If there's anybody out there that runs a 7910, that would be the equivalent. I'm guessing the BR600 maybe would be the equivalent to the 770. I've never used. I have run, well, I had a demo for a couple of days, an 800X, steel 800X blower, backpack blower. And what else? Yeah, that's the only piece of steel I've ever run. It was light. It felt, probably, I would say it felt as light as that 770. It's got a lot more power. It does, but I'm not doing a 4-mix engine. Nope, not doing it. I've seen too many YouTube videos of people, guys that have engine shops that have taken those things apart, and it's just, you know, having the cams break and valves and all that stuff. No, thank you. No, thank you. Not interested. Oh, I will tell you this. I did not know this, but the Red Max EBZ, is it 9000? That just came out a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. It has 100 more CFMs than the Echo. It's more powerful. It is I think now it is the most powerful backpack blower you can buy. Yep. And they're proud of it too. I think it's $799. It's too much. You know, in a couple years, we're going to see the blowers in the $1,000 range. That difference is not enough to make me want to ditch the Echo. I do like Red Max. I've heard really good things about it. I know a lot of people like the Red Max blowers and trimmers and all that, but between an 8010 and a 9010 is about 100 CFMs, and a couple more. It's about 100. And the price difference, I don't believe it was about the same. But between the 9010 and the Red Max, you know, you're talking $100. So it's not enough. Maybe $80. It's not enough to make me want to switch. I like my Echo blowers. If they'd come down on the price, they'd be more price competitive. But yeah, so take care of your equipment, guys. I guarantee you in a couple 5 years, you're going to see these backpack blowers at starting at $1,000. So my friend that I sold my two 8010Ts to, I think they have over 1,000 hours each on them. No problems at all. He's doing exactly what I told him to do. Run the ethanol-free AMSOIL, keep the plugs changed, change your air filter and all that. That's all it takes. No valves to adjust. No, we don't want that nonsense. Anyway, you steel guys know I still love you, even though you run a blower sounds like it's gasping for air. I hear those things off in the distance. I'm gonna tell you, 90% of what you see on these landscape trailers, they're steel. Very rarely will I can hear a Red Max off in the distance. Almost never see the Echoes. I don't know. I mean, they sell a lot of them around here. I don't know. I just don't see them. It's mostly we have two huge steel dealers that are within 5 miles of here. So maybe that's why. And there's one Echo dealer. Anyway, guys. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here and enjoy the rest of this afternoon. And I will talk to you guys in the next one.